Hello, it's Wednesday. So it's another vlog day. So it's starting weird. I have just had a shower and yeah, there's a reason why I've only just showered, because there was no point in showering first thing because I was doing housework and I just thought let's just stink up and then shower. My hair looks terrible. This haircut must happen because as much as I wanted to have long hair, this is just a pain in the bloody arse. Right, so this is where I am with everything. So living room is like this. I have literally just hoovered and mopped in various stages. So, you know, even back behind the TV, it's clean. But yeah, sofa is here because I just wanted to do a thorough clean. So I've pulled everything out. So now I've got to like piss around doing this. You see, my feelings is that this needs to happen. You never hear any of, it's so rare to hear people talking about housework when you work from home. So I've been cleaning the oven this morning and stuff is there, and there's washing that needs coming out. Obviously the coffee table's here. I need to sort that out. But this was ditched. There was food underneath it. It's probably a good idea that I've been doing this because it is raining. So balcony not looking bad. Yeah, I need to get this shifted back. So the reason that I've done this is because I've worked through most of my Lego and I just need to get, you know, I need to get to a point now where I can do my clothing stuff. There's no point in photographing clothing when it's dirty. So this is stuff which I've got to list. The stuff in the box is listed. So that's just the last of the Lego that I've got that's ready to go. I've got a whole load of stuff to sort. I've done a bit of dusting, but not everything, you see. So I've had to dust first and then hoover it up and do the oven, and I need to empty that now, and I'm going to wash the chamber as I always do because the filter is horrible. So I've shifted all of this. I could do this, but now it's all piled up in there. Rugs are sat there, so everything's got to get sorted now. I need to put the washing out. Oh, and I've had a delivery, zonk. So that's more Lego to sort. Change the sheets. So, you know, productive day, but, you know, it's going to be a late post run. So hopefully somebody will buy over lunch. So I'm going to tidy up now. Right, we're on 2 o'clock. I've pulled my post. Typically, I had all that stuff piled up and then something sold with very corner. Sheets drying. So it's a bit dark. But it's raining anyway, so it's a bit dark. Probably one of the best days to be doing like loads of housework. But I think this is the thing though, is it's like I started like tidying up and I just thought that I would be able to just, you know, hoover through and mop this morning, but it's never that quick. It's long overdue. So, and I've been like kind of sorting that coffee table out because it's just a major dumping ground. So yesterday I've actually got a bad back. It's not, I know what it is. It's the time of the month thing. That seems to be what having fibroids does when you're premenstrual. It just seems to put pressure on. So I've had a really bad back. I've sort of done most of it yesterday. I really wanted to do the oven yesterday, but then I just thought, no, it's not going to be happening. So I did have a bad back this morning, but I just ignored it, and now it's pretty much seems to have gone. And even though it was like annoying me yesterday, I did sit and I did list, and I ended and relisted all of the stuff which I had on my personal account, try and like wake that up a bit because I haven't done anything much with that since March. So bits I've sold. These are not really spectacular sales. Today, this is the thing which was in the very corner. This thing here. Need to take this out anyway, I think. These bags are very useful when I have ones which have got base plates, and I need to put this in a box anyway. So these are Lego, but you have to you fold that up and you smash it, and apparently the thing goes racing off. I thought I had a leaflet in there actually. So it's got some of the cars that go with it, but they're all mismatched. They all come in from like various different sets. I've got all the sets that are here. So these are from 2001. They're called Zalax car racers. So I've got various of the wedges and so many things missing, but there's loads there. Been on auction numerous times, haven't sold. Somebody just sent me an offer at lunch for £8, so I accepted that. So that can go. It's just taking up a lot of room actually, hence why it was in a box in the very corner. So glad to see the back of them. And then these have also sold this morning while I was clatting around. These again, an offer on these. These are Salt Rock. I thought they were quite okay. Salt Rock, some people seem to do really well with it, but not me. I've had a t-shirt and this of them, and I've seen Salt Rock and left it because it just seems to hang around. I would have thought that shorts would sell, but apparently not. Yeah. £6 for them with £4 postage. That was an offer on something that's been on auction and just continuing and relisting. So is what it is. This shirt, which is Ted Baker, that's gone for 15. Another offer. Ted Baker isn't that spectacular, let's face it. So you know, that's a decent price. If I'd put it on auction for £9.99 with postage, it would have gone for that anyway. So it looks like it's going to be properly raining by the time I'm walking to the post office. Then I've sold that. I sent an offer of £12.99 for that, and I've sold that. So a vintage set. Did it have the date on it? I'm not sure that it did. It's early 70s, I think. But yeah, that's good. At least it's gone. There's so much Lego, but it is selling. And I've accepted an offer on this, which you can't see. So I had this on for 30, and I think I was being a bit optimistic. Somebody sent me an offer for 20 yesterday. They counted my offer. I sent an offer out of 25, and they counted offered me. Oh, make it sound like something retarded. So yeah, that's the set. Where's the date on this? See, this is rather raggedy as well. This is 1980. So I've never had that one before. There's a better version of that which does sell for 30, which I think is why mine was on 30. But the ones that were selling for 30 had boxes and mine didn't. So I nearly said no to that offer, and then I thought, well, I'll just have a little check. And then I sort of checked through, and I was like, well, yeah, that's actually a reasonable offer, so let's accept that. So I did that. Yeah, so that's it. Not very good, really. But my sales are kind of okay. You know, it's not like spectacular, but what do you want? So now that I'm clean, I am going to do the post, and I'm going to go and drop that off, and then I'm going to do some ironing and sort through my clothing, because I really need to get my clothing listed and on, you know. And now that it's clean, I'd actually dare lay some clothes out without them getting all bitty. So that's my plans. I'm annoyed that it's taking me so long to do the cleaning, but I think that's the size of it. But nobody ever sort of like talks about the fact that cleaning is such like a huge part when you're working from home, because you're making a mess of everything. But there you go. Right, I'm going to crack on. Oh, we're now on Wednesday. No, it's not. We're on Thursday. It's still got the curtains hiked up from cleaning yesterday, so, you know, I think we had quite an early night, actually. Yeah, because my husband, you know, he'd done a hard day's work and he was nodding on the sofa, you know, and I didn't take the opportunity to put ice cream in his hands and take photos of him because, you know, we like have a trusting relationship. I'm not entirely impressed today because as if to act as an absolute reminder, oh, it's absolutely slamming with rain now, so maybe just as well that I am behind on doing the post run. I checked the weather yesterday. It's supposed to be gorgeous sunshine this morning. So obviously it was telling me what's happening in London again. Yeah, so I've been seriously considering like getting myself a job, and then as if to remind me that that's not the case, that I really shouldn't do that, I've got up and I've only been like half an hour eating my breakfast, and I've had to change my trousers because that's how heavy my period is this month. So completely missed any sanitary protection I had and gone straight through to my trousers. And this is what worries me about if I was to have an office job and I was sitting at a desk somewhere. Yeah. Do you know, and I think one of the things that's really riled me up as well is I was watching somebody's video yesterday about how much money they make, or, you know, how I make my living on eBay, and it just really riled me up because I really do need to. There's a reason why I'm like reluctant to go out and get a job, because I've got asthma issues, which have been the reason why I've lost various jobs, because they just don't like it when I'm ill. And I've never found an employer who's understanding about that. I've got persistent postural perception dizziness, you know, which generally I can ignore, and, you know, I have my bad days, but I just try not to let it get to me. And now I've got this really heavy periods. I'm drinking my collagen laced coffee, but I don't think I've had enough this month. I think I've been doing this thing where I've been like forgetting to drink my drink and it's got cold and I haven't had it. So I don't think I've digested enough of it this month, hence why it's like really heavy. I don't know, or maybe it's just the universe saying, fucking just carry on reselling, dickwipe. Yeah, anyway, this person who was like saying, oh, I make all this money and I make my living, me and my husband, and it just really riled me up because I was just like, well, why am I not making enough money to like cover my bills? Because I really do. If anything, I find that I'm constantly in my overdraft since I started doing this, you know, and when we have like problems with the car or these other things, it goes on our credit cards. And that's why I would say, you know, it doesn't feel like it works, because I hate living on my credit card. You know, when we're having to like do food shopping and put it on the credit card, you know, I used to be somebody who just used a credit card to sort of like defer payment, and it's becoming like a necessity now because there's just not enough cash flow. And this woman, she was like saying how, you know, wonderful it is, but she lives in a shithole area, so, you know, it's not going to be as expensive as it is for her to live as it is me. And then it transpires that she's probably actually getting quite a lot of money in child support for all the children that she's got from other marriages, and the geezer. So it just, whatever. It's fucking lies. It's fucking lies. So anyway, this is what a single person, I'm not single, it's our wedding anniversary this weekend, but we don't have kids. We don't have a kid. I don't feel like I can afford to have a kid. I really don't. And, you know, my body's probably not too keen on the idea either. So I've got this going out. This has already gone out once because somebody didn't realise that it was oversized and they said that it didn't fit them. So it's probably going to come back again because it's oversized, and I've accepted a low offer on it. And I had it on for 30 and I've accepted an offer of 18, and that was stupid. So Zara, linen. I've got a pair of chinos here, which I really didn't think would sell. Fluff, because they're pink. And they sold within an hour of me listing them. So, well, probably half an hour of me listing them. And then this, I just need to take this thing out. This is lot 2. So that's just a truck with a geyser. This has gone for £8. So what I do with these is I will break this all down and lay it flat, and I'll do it in here, otherwise I'll end up losing the pieces. It's always quite difficult though with these vintage ones, because you can't do anything with that. I don't really want to take the tyres off, although I could make it thinner with that, but I think it will be okay. So I break it all up. I've got more than one of this set, hence why I've got like lot 2. I'm not just like selling them as like a multi-listing, because some of them have different defects and people are fussy. I've got somebody at the moment who's like, they want to send me like offers on loads of things, but they just keep sending me like saying, I will give you £18 for this set, and they keep sending me it as a message, and I'm like, well no, you've got to send me the offer. I don't think they understand. And they literally, they've like sent me a whole list of things, like coming up to about £100 worth of Lego that they want to order from me, which would be fine, but it needs to go transactional. I can't make the transaction unless you send it as an offer. So I've got, this is card inlaid from whiskey, which I really like these, and I wish I wish my husband would get more of this Singleton whiskey. And then I will put it together like that. I will take that down because it just protects the Lego from damage better than bubble wrap does, and obviously that will keep it large letter, so that's how I'm going to send that. Right, so that's all I've got today, and I'd like to get some photos done. I only did like a few things yesterday. Because I'd been cleaning all morning, and you know, it had gone on until like 2 o'clock, I just pressed a few shorts and trousers, you know, as in did that one, and photographed them and put them on, and I had some Lego sets as well, so I probably only sent about 5 new things live yesterday, which isn't good. So I'm going to do more today, and that's my plan. Yeah, so there's probably a whole load of you who are going to unfollow me now because I'm like slagging people off, but it just riles me up. There's several people on here who are like, they come on YouTube and they make out that it's just, you know, a dream, and it's not a dream doing reselling. You know, people have incomes from other things, but generally, because I haven't, like, you know, ever got myself knocked up, and I haven't done all these other things, and I just can't seem to get any other benefits. It's very much ride or die, and this is all the income that I have, and when it's shit, it's a real problem. And it just annoys me how much people like sugarcoat everything and do all these catfish things on their bloody YouTube. You know, I will keep this real because I don't see any point in coming on here and not keep it real. You know, mine's never going to be like airy fairy. It will never ever be airy fairy, and I pride myself on keeping myself real. Keep it real, man. Right. Anyway, let's crack on with this. So this is some dumb shit. It's like gone 11 now. I sold another pair of shorts, which I've obviously packed up. Well, it's not obvious, but I did. It's not obvious. Oh God. So I need to get milk, so I've got to go to Tesco, and I'd like to look at the reduced bits, so I've got to get to the post office, which is at the end of this very long road. So I've got to walk a mile, and I don't know if I'm going to make it because of what's happening to my body. So I think this is going to be one of these months where I have to take the tranexamic acid. I'm not impressed. But yeah, I'm not enjoying this fibroids nonsense. This is just insane. You know, the fact is I've had 3 decent months, and now I don't even know if I can walk a mile away from, you know, circuit round from my house flat. The place where I live and sleep. Who knew that life could be like this? Okay, back, cleaned up. I didn't fare very well with that, so that was like half an hour. It's literally half an hour for me to do post office run. So I have reverted to them. I've taken 2 of them. It's not particularly something that I want to do. Last time I took tranexamic acid was probably February, maybe January even, because I've been doing okay. I think I know what it is, because I've been staying here and I've been working through all my Lego and all my desk piles and all the stock which I've got, which I really wanted to get sorted, and I've given myself a sorting ban. It actually means I've sort of like given myself less exercise, because obviously I walk everywhere and I carry the stuff, my loot back. I haven't been walking, so that's why my health is ditched this month. It's nothing more than that. I don't know I mean, it says to take 2. I don't like this stuff. I think it's quite aggressive as a drug. It's supposed to make you clot. I don't know. Not that keen. It says take 2-3 times a day for 5 days. I don't even think I needed to do that last time I did it, but you know, I need to sort of. I was wanting to go sourcing tomorrow, and I really, if the way I've just been going, and bloody Tesco didn't have any reductions. All it had was like one of those mini quiches for like extortion money. So I don't know. People must be really desperate. I have done I've done meter readings, because I don't know. I'm still with bulb. Yeah. Special administration. So they'd sent me a thing saying that I was £160 in debit, and then I've actually looked at my account, and it turns out that I'm £140 in credit. And the meter readings that they'd done were completely off the wall, so they'd estimated it, and I've just done my actuals, and they're not anything like that. So anyway, what I'm going to do, ironing board is out from yesterday. That box there is mainly trousers and sort of shorts and skirts, which don't need the mannequin. So I'm going to do them first and try and get them done. And then if I end up in a 2 and 8, if I end up having problems, I'm going to move on to Lego. I have got this. So I'm going to unbox this and see what this is, because this came yesterday after I'd mopped this section, and I still had the sofa there and I was yet to move it, and I'd sort of thought, well, I'll mop this bit and then I'll move the sofa onto this bit. And as I was waiting for this bit to dry, the doorbell went. So it says here parcel to go every. So they managed to find their way to the doorbell, and they worked out how to use it. And then when I picked the thing up, they answered, and they were at the door, and there was a lovely guy. It must have been that previous guy, soaking wet. So hopefully he'll deliver more often, because he was a nice guy, seemed to know the concept of reality about delivering things. So let's see what we've got here. Lego low fat spread. Why is there a Lego sticker there? That like suggests that somebody has cut up the bloody instructions. Does it not suggest that somebody has cut up the instructions? There's absolutely no reason why that would be there. Okay, what have we got here? I've had a load of these, which I actually bought a bundle of these the other day. They came through and they were broken. It was just like, are you a retard? And then they sent one of these messages saying, oh, please send me feedback. And I was like, God, I've got some feedback for you. So, you know, they had this all sorted in the listing and now they've like unsorted it, which is a bit annoying. What's this? Pseudocreme. Oh, do you remember when everything used to be like that? So they're just tiles. So it is the vintage stuff. I was hoping that would be the minifigures. I'm not that lucky. Yeah, so it does look like pretty much what they were saying. They did list these on there. So I've got that set, a shell set. These won't be complete either. This one, I've actually had this one and I had the wrong colour doors and some other substitutions and I sold it for 30. I bid up to about 30, I think, on this. But I ended up, that was my maximum, I think, and then I ended up paying 28, but then £8 postage. But that's not even what Hermes charge, is it? So, yeah, we are talking, you know, £36. Let's call it 40, really, that I've paid for this. So, yeah, that one, I know I can get 30 for. And then there's another police station there, which will probably be conservatively like 20 to 25. Because these are, so this is 1979. They do have the dates, you see, on the back of these. So these ones, they have faces. As you can see, they have features on them. And then with this one, which this probably doesn't have a date on it. No, they do, don't they? Because I've just had a few of these. And I have had some with the instructions. So this is a 1975. So it's there. So the ones there where they were moving from one version of minifigures to the more modern one. These ones just have a head with no features on it. Which is a bit peculiar, really, because the larger headed ones that they used to have, you know, they had quite detailed faces. So that will probably, yeah, like I say, the 1975 one will probably be more like, you know, 20 to 25. And then I've got that one, it's like got a date on it, 1972 for them. Those are usually the ones which have these dot matrix things on them. So I can work out what that one comes from. So what's this? So that's one police station. And then one of the other police stations will be one of these. Possibly that or that, I don't know. Oh, you see, look, it is broken. It is. This is like these ones I had the other day. It has these terrible breaks in them. Ridiculous, really. So because this has got the dot matrix on it, I can actually work out what set these come from. It's quite unusual to have a red plate with dot matrix. So I'll be able to work out what those ones come from. One of them will be that one. So I've probably got another set in here, you see. So I'm going to try and work out what that is. And I think I've got a space set in here as well, which is like a little car, sort of like with a grabber thing on it. I'm pretty certain that I've got that. And then, of course, anything else will be a little set some of these assorted sets, which weirdly enough I haven't sold any of them, but it's probably, like I was saying before, it's probably because they changed the way the categories go, and now when you search for anything, you always automatically ended up being planted into the completed set. But you see, that's why I do this, because generally if you're selling a bulk lot of Lego, eBay will not let you list it in completed sets. And because they're putting completed sets listings in front of everybody, when I search in all categories, and I just methodically go through it and just cross my fingers and hope to find stuff, and then I do find stuff. But you see, there was other people who found this as well, because there was at least 3 other bidders, hence why, and you know, it ended up going up to £28. Yeah, but because I know what I'm doing and I can put the sets together, that's fine. I think the only issues that I'll have with stuff like this is it's whether they've got that in. But because this guy did have everything sort of sectioned out, I was able to see that they had these signs. Oh look, that's the one that I stomped on the other day because I'm clever. Right, anyway, I'm going to get on with listing some of these clothes, because I feel like there's lots that needs laundering, and I do want to get them done. And then if I'm feeling absolutely horrendous, I'm going to be moving on to Lego. But at least I've got something to fall back on here, Lego wise. Yeah, I'm hoping that there are something more than those sets which are listed there, which I think there will be at least 1 or 2 things. I might have a little look, see if I can find what that base plate's from, while I finish my coffee, and then I'm going to crack on. And it looks like it's going to rain and be horrendous. What's the point in the weather forecast? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, this is becoming negative now. Right, I'm going to knob off, and everybody will unfollow me now, because I must have like pretty much slagged everybody off. I don't know who else I could slag off. Who else can I slag off? I saw a really fat person nearly have a car accident earlier, so you know, I haven't slagged that sector off. But you know, if you manage to get yourself in a car but then you can't move, probably shouldn't be driving. So there we are, another sector to slag off. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. You know, I don't belong in this society. But I know I speak to some of you, because I do get messages from some of you guys, you know, and I know there's many people who are like bewildered by the fact that they can't sell their golly badges on eBay and all these other things. And there is part of me that just thinks golly badges showed black people working as nurses and doctors and fishermen. What else was there? Hang on a minute. Let's take this to the next level. Okay, so this isn't for sale. This is mine. I actually got this box probably about 20 years ago on eBay, when people weren't complaining, and you could get a really good resale price for these. So but most of these are what I collected when I was a little girl. You know, so policeman, milkman, you know, I mean, I'm being misogynistic because I'm saying man, astronaut, baker, cricketer, or the brownie's a female, jogger. There's a Mountie there, a Canadian Mountie, you know, snooker player, I love that one, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, I understand. I mean, I say golly, but I know how it was pronounced back in the 80s. But you see, it says on the actual thing, it does just say golly. It doesn't have the WOG bit at the end. But I don't know. See, I was having a discussion with somebody who's around here because the factory was actually, I didn't realise that the factory was in Manchester, but they're turning it into flats. Well, maybe houses, I think. But, you know, there you go. So I think I might have managed to upset everybody now. So, you know, if you do want to subscribe, you know, carry on. Please subscribe, because, you know, I am here. And the frogs are here.
Let me tell you now, when I hear you like saying Froggy or Kermit in the street, that's racist too, and I don't like that. You know, we can all be offended. Yeah, subscribe if you dare. Boo.